This is the DeerRun walking pad underdesk treadmill. It's fantastic. It works really great, except for this really annoying beep when you turn it on. Listen to this. And it makes that same noise whenever you adjust the speed. It's ridiculous. So today we're going to remove the beeper to render this thing silent. First, we're going to unplug it, lift it up, and show you the screws underneath that we need to remove to get the case off. We've already taken one screw out with a Phillips screwdriver. It looks like this. Okay, we've lifted it up now, and we're going to point out the screws you need to remove to get the case off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to take those out now. As we're removing these screwdrivers, we found it's actually really helpful to use a magnetic screwdriver instead of the one that comes with the kit. And also, this is a shorter screw. The screw in this hole is shorter than the others. But as we go to remove the case, we think we're actually going to have to remove these stickers in order to lift the case up. So we'll do that now. Okay, so we have slit the 3 stickers and we've removed all the screws, and it turns out that this one and this one were both shorter than the others. Now we're going to set this down and remove the case to review the inside. Okay, we've cut the stickers and removed the screws, and now we were able to just lift up this plate. Could you go ahead and lift that plate back up? Exposing the inside. And you can see we have kind of 2 different circuit boards here. You might be tempted to think that this is the buzzer, but that's actually the power supply. Leave that alone. When we turn the, flip the butterfly switch, you can confirm that this piece over here is actually the buzzer. Here, listen, I'll show you. Yep, right there. So now what we're going to do is remove this circuit board with these screws, take it off so we can access the back of it, and then we're going to use a soldering iron to remove that buzzer completely because I don't want it. You could also put some hot glue or some tape over that buzzer to kind of dampen the sound, but we're going to remove it completely. So we were going to actually remove this whole unplug and remove this board, but they've put hot glue on everywhere, so they don't want us to unplug it. So we're just going to remove this board right here by taking off these fasteners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, just using a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, we removed those fasteners, and now if we lift up the board, we're looking to remove this. You can go back and forth and kind of see that these are what align with the buzzer. That one and that one are the 2 soldering points. So we're going to apply heat to those with a soldering iron while at the same time pulling from the other side to remove the buzzer. So we didn't film that because it took all hands on deck, but we applied heat to those 2 points. He applied heat with the soldering iron on that side while I wiggled the buzzer on the back side. And now we have removed the buzzer, and we're going to plug the machine back in and show you that it's now silent, hopefully. Moment of truth here. Beautiful. Listen to that beautiful sound of silence. All right, now we're going to put this thing back together and show you what that looks like when it's done, but we're just going to put those fasteners back here to connect this circuit board back, and then the fasteners to put the case back on. Easy peasy. Before we close it up, just wanted to show you this is what the circuit board looks like now, and you can see that we've removed the buzzer there. When we realized that we couldn't take these apart without risking damaging it, we considered maybe sabotaging the buzzer in other ways, prying it up, going at it with a screwdriver, but it was really attached in there. So I would be concerned about damaging the circuit board if you were to go that route. It was much safer to do what we did and use the soldering iron and cleanly remove it. All right, now we're just going to set the case back in. You've got those little alignment pegs that need to go in the corresponding holes, and it just slides right down in there, and now we'll put the fasteners on. All right, so we've put it all back together again. Just as a reminder, you've got those 7 fastener holes, and these 2 are your short screw holes. The long screws go in those other ones. And here's the buzzer removed. There's the culprit of all that annoying noise. All right, all put back together. Let's plug it in. Beautiful sound. Now we can just confirm that everything works properly. I'll hit play on the remote here. It silently counts down so it won't wake up my family. There we go. Awesome. Success.
Okay, so I recently bought this DeerRun walking pad, and it was super easy to put together. You just basically get out of the box and plug it in. So obviously I have mine on carpet, which is one thing I was concerned about because I wanted to have it in my office, which is a carpeted floor, and it is fine. You turn it on here. You use the remote to get it going. So here's the remote. You just hit start. It gives you 3 seconds and then it will start to go. And then you can just turn it up to as fast or as slow as you want, and you just go. You can kind of hear how loud it is. So it's not too loud. I've noticed that when I go over 2.5, it does get louder. The other thing is people have commented on the belt moving. So you can see here and here the width on the belt, and it does move. I've noticed the faster I go, the more it moves. At 2.5, it kind of seems to just keep its pace low. If I need to jump off, the best thing to do, or if you need to jump off, is just turn it down and then jump off, because if you stop it, it will erase the amount of distance that you've gone. So just turn it down slow enough to get off and get on. I am 5'6", 160. I have a longer stride, so that is one thing I was concerned about with this. If you notice, it has these little things on the end here to block you. That was a challenge for me at first, having a long stride. I would constantly bump those, so I just had to learn to make my stance not as wide, and then I was okay. So I think for $100, it's a great buy, definitely worth the investment. I've done 5 miles a day on it for the last 5 days. My body feels great. My energy feels great. So it's definitely worth it. You'll spend $100, going out to dinner. So it's definitely worth the investment in you. Highly recommend.
Say hiểu rồi, được rồi. Okay, another thing, excuse me, because I'm currently running at a 3.8. It'll show your speed, how long you've been on here, and then it'll show your distance, and then it'll also show the amount of calories that you done burnt for the time that you've been on here. So it's pretty dope. I like it so far. 10 out of 10. Amazon purchased.
Not gonna lie, this thing is kind of freaking awesome.